Today I've got a little special surprise in store for you, ladies and gentlemen. I've been invited to join the alpha test program for a game called Void Hunters. And this game is actually so addictive that I'm actually losing progress on Conquest in Galaxy of Heroes doing this because I just want to play Void Hunters. I'm going to talk to you about it today, so thank you Void Hunters for sponsoring this channel because this game is actually a lot of fun. The alpha is currently live until May 26th, so if you do want to give it a test, I will have links to it down below. Make sure you do check it out. It's got a Discord server, everything kicking off there. It's on PC clients, it's on phone clients, all that sort of good business. A lot of fun. Let's have a look, shall we? Now, when you have an opportunity to play a brand new mobile game like Void Hunters, the thing that surprises me about this one is like, the graphical fidelity on this for a mobile game, that's really nice. That's really nice. It shows what phones are capable of these days. What can they actually present? Now, granted, I'm playing on a PC client right now, but I've seen the version on the phone. The phone still looks like this, plays like this. And it makes me wonder why certain other games that come out don't have this level of graphical fidelity. It's got a good art style, man. It's got a good art style, and that sort of thing really gets me engaged from the get-go. So, cool over there. I love the fact that we've got a giant orc over here that's just sipping on a pipe. You know what I mean? Not a bad look. He's got skulls around the necklace, sipping on a pipe at the same time. Got a big old club hammer that looks like it's formed from the, I don't know, the skull of some sort of demonic, like, woolly mammoth? I'm not even sure, but I'm here for it. Okay, so what can I tell you about Void Hunters? Void Hunters is an RPG turn-based game. Essentially, that is a hero collector game. So those of you that have watched me playing Galaxy of Heroes, all that sort of thing, it is the same sort of vein as that. Heroes, you take them into a team, they've got synergies, they've got skills, abilities, you can equip them with various bits of gear and that sort of thing. As you can see over here, the gears have got gear sets, those can give you additional set bonuses. If you have played anything like Galaxy of Heroes, then you are going to be familiar with the type of game that this is, okay? So immediately, for me, an RPG nut, I'm already sold, right? I'm already sold. What has it got from our home base? Takes you a little while to get to the home base, probably about an hour in. But essentially, you've got your home base where you've got your standard markets, you've got your summoning portal where you can go and get some new heroes. I'm going to pull some of them in a minute because I've actually managed to save up quite a few extra summons over here and even got these Call of Reclamations. I've never pulled these ones before. But essentially, I've gone through the world map and this took me probably about 3 or 4 days to come through and finish the entirety of Chapter 1. And there's a lot that I want to talk about in terms of how that feels and the progression and all that sort of thing, as well as these additional hunt areas over here that you can progress in. So when you start off in Holdfast and you go through into your first sort of standard campaign map. All the campaigns will have various stars that you've got to achieve. You do that by doing the various battles based on the sort of requirements that they have. So this one over here is win the battle, win with no defeated allies, and win without using support. You'd go in and do the combat. I will show you combat in a second. I'm just trying to give a high level. I don't want to jump into a random map over here. And from what I can tell, these standard battles don't really cost you any energy. You can just go through and give them a try and, you know, attempt to beat them. They're free to play, as it were. You don't need to spend anything. So if you fail once, no worries. Just go back in, try again, gear up your units, level them up, star them up, all that good business. Try again, try to get more stars so that the stars then reward you. This is kind of a similar structure to Raid Shadow Legends. As you get more stars in the campaign, you unlock additional rewards that help you progress further. Okay? So these are the things that I really like to show you. These are what they call the hunting grounds, and this feels like a broader part of the game right now. And what these are they are almost like a roguelike mechanic within the game. You'll go into it, you'll get various buffs for your heroes as well as curses that apply over time, and you have to try and go from one end of the map to the other by succeeding, okay? And these different hunting grounds over here have got different restrictions. The first one, Old World Remains, is available really early on. You get there, like I said, about an hour or two into the game, and it's got no restrictions. So you can just take in whatever heroes you want. Shadow Dungeons over here, this is quite a late one. You're only allowed to use Seasoned. That's one of the factions within the game. So if I go into Select Party, you'll see that I have got a much more diminished roster of characters that I can pick from. Down here we've got Deep Wilds. These only allow Archlands, and Archlands is quite a big faction. They give you quite a lot of Archland characters. And then just over here, this is the new one, the latest one that I unlocked after I finished Chapter 1. Only allows, does not allow archons. So it's either they will have specific requirements or they will have banned units that you simply can't use. So it kind of makes it harder or easier, basically, and obviously rewards you for having a bigger and deeper roster. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what Old World Remains is, because this is actually my most enjoyable game mode. I love this game mode. It does cost energy to begin the hunt, and they do give you rewards. Now, as this one has no restrictions, I'm going to take in my strongest team. Love my boy Bowmore over here. I recently, just for finishing Chapter 1, unlocked Galen over here, who is a brilliant legendary unit. So it's so cool that within the first hour, well, within the first 3 days or so of playing, I was able to unlock a legendary unit. That's kind of sick. Also have my epic boy over here, Angelo. He's a massive, massive damage dealer. Has got a little bit of synergy because he does have some shared tags, some shared factions. He's Archlands. Then we've got Robin over here. Robin is a damage dealer again, so I'm rocking like a triple attacker, one healer, one tank setup. She does a lot of damage, AoE ranged attacker. And then we've got Goran over here, who I'm using as a tank. Quite sustainable. He's got a taunt, he's got a stun. It's all good business. So anyway, I'm going to show you what these hunts are like. Like I said, I really enjoy this because I like roguelikes. Anything like Slay the Spire 2, that sort of thing. As you progress through the map, you will see that there are various icons over here and you get these boons, and they're basically buffs for individual characters. Or you might have special events, random events, that sort of thing. So because I really like Bowmore, I'm going to try and get a lot of boons for Bowmore in particular. He's also my most heavily invested unit. So let's go ahead and crack down into it. So over here, we have got our very first fight. Pretty standard. You can change between your units. You've got your different abilities. So over here, we've got my boy. I'm just going to use the big old attack from him. This is a nice AoE. It's got a chance to stun, stuff like that. All right. So the art style in this feels sort of very sort of fantasy gothic-esque approach. Really do love Angelo. He's great. Now we've got Bowmore over here coming down with the big AoE, loads and loads of damage. I kind of want to see if we can take out this guy at the back here with Robin. Nearly. Pretty good work. And I guess we could try and get an old stun in. That'll probably actually defeat them straight up. Yeah, straight up. Didn't want to waste the stun over there. And we're about to finish off our first round by the looks of things. So not too bad for this first wave. Let's go ahead and see if we can fear. No such luck. Stun him. Ah, we landed the stun that time. Boom! Big hit coming out of Bowmore. And that is the first battle of Archlands. Now, obviously, there are multiple battles. There are also quests that you have to do as you go through. We'll talk about them in a sec. All right, so you get random buffs, essentially, based on whichever character that you're highlighted on, right, for that particular node. Ours was Bowmore, so we've got a selection of 3. Either 50% more damage for each control debuff on the target. That's okay. The good thing about this is a lot of times you can just click on these and it brings a little help me pop up. Bowmore gains defense equal to half to the resistance or attack equal to half to the resistance. I'm going to get the attack because I just want to do more damage. All right, so we see we've got branching paths over here. On the left, we've got Hunter's Blaze. It will light a ward that wards off surrounding darkness. You can basically lower your Void Menace, which is a mechanic in the game. You can't really see it over here because I don't have any Void. That basically, the more time that you spend in a Void doing a hunt, you increase your exposure to this thing called Void, which is kind of like a debuff. And if you're exposed to too much, you succumb to the Void and you become hurt. It's kind of a cool mechanic. Right, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go straight to the Abandoned Ruins because I want to try and get myself additional boons here. And this is another choice. You can choose to rush in, gain 3 boons, or you can sneak in and gain just the 1. Now the difference is, if you rush in, you'll see that at the start of battle, they're going to have 30% extra turn meter and gain speed up for 3 turns. So essentially, it's a high risk, high reward situation. You can choose to take the risk, take a lot of incoming damage, but get 3 times the rewards, or you can just do it standard, right? And we get that turn meter boost and we get that speed up. Now I'm feeling a little bit brave. So let's go ahead and rush in. I'm probably going to lose here. I'm probably going to lose. Okay, so they're all getting... See, look at all this. Already, straight out the gate, they're doing big, big damage to us. We're okay. Okay, cool. So I'm going to start off with a heal. Just top us all off. And I want to try and focus down on this guy at the back. Because if you defeat him, he actually blows up and does AoE damage to his allies. So if we can focus him down... You can see that sometimes these guys will have their damage split among them, and that's usually because they have some sort of shield buff that spreads the damage. Nearly got him out there. Got the revive off. Let's go for a big AoE. Nice. There we go. So he's blown up, and you see that void touch. You see this purple over here? This down here is Void. When that fills up, we're at 13% at the moment, that's going to make us succumb to the Void. And we want to try and avoid that. Avoid the Void, as it were. But this feels like it's going to pay off massively for us. We easily defeated this this first wave over here. So big hit coming out of Angelo, double damage. Love to see it. Now we're going to get 3 random boons, which is nice. So they will always be for characters within your roster, ones that you've taken out. Opening heal, he's going to gain 100% health but lose 15% speed. Not sure I want that. Whenever he suffers a crit, he's going to Void Touch Cleanse, so it gets rid of that Void. Robin gains 10% turn meter for each instance damage they dealt this turn. I mean, that's kind of cool for her, because she's got a couple of AoEs, so if she does an AoE, hits 3 people twice, she's going to gain, you know, 30, 40%, 30 to 60% turn meter, depending on how that works. Yeah, let's go for that. So that's 1. Next up, Robin gains a buff. She gains 10% turn meter. That's cool. Defense equal 10% max health. Or Goran gains defense equal to 10 times their speed. I'm going to go with the buffs, because we do pass some buffs. And finally, we've got Galen deals 25% less damage, but they inflict 3 bleeds for 3 turns on every damage they deal. He doesn't deal a whole lot of damage, so the 3 bleeds might be useful. When he's about to be defeated, he regains 50% health in a bonus turn. That's great for a tank. I think I'll go that for a tank. So if he's about to be defeated, heals up to half health, takes a bonus turn. That's really cool. So you saw this time we're actually getting 2 boons from this. Right, okay. And it's going to lower our Void Menace. So nothing here too much to worry about here. Let's just go ahead and do an AoE. Good, good, good. I would rather take out this guy, because he can actually fear my units when he hits them. Big AoE coming out of Bowmore. Take out the unit. Let's go. Good damage there. Good damage. Alright. I think I'll taunt with my boy Goran. Get the taunts up and deal with these guys. You see how that damage is getting split? I'm going to save the heal for now. Don't feel like it's worthwhile to drop the heal just yet. Let's roar, see if we can get some fear. No such luck. Stun, maybe? Okay, we stunned you. Let's swap the damage over to the person that isn't stunned. We've actually got a stagger over here. So if we hit this person before they get back up to full turn meter, that yellow, we're actually going to take away all their turn meter. Lovely. Big hit coming out of Angelo. Love that one. And let's go ahead and drop a big AoE. All that turn meter gain from that was huge. Love it. Okay, so that person's gone. Let's heal up now, just so that I've used it. Start the next battle with a lot of health. Big damage coming out of Angelo. Nailed it. That was a good battle. I think we came in, didn't take any losses there. As you can see, like graphically, this game is actually pretty. Angelo has 15% attack, defense, max health, and speed for each defeated ally or empty slot. This is great if you're running solo, because you can go in solo with these, and if you get this lone wolf buff right at the start, wow, it becomes a piece of cake. Whenever he gains buff, gains 10% turn meter. Whenever he suffers a debuff, dispel it and gain the opposite buff. I love that. Immediately cleanse a debuff and gain the opposite buff. Whenever Goran ends their turns with no shield, they gain 25% shield. That's great. 100% defense there. That sounds even better. Okay, so we've got a choice here. We can go to the right and gain an extra boon for Goran, or we can go to the left, and this will heal us up, right? You can actually rush past and gain additional rests, but I actually think, because we're all so healthy, that we can just go right, gain the extra boon, push forward, gain an extra boon then for Bowmore. Okay, so we've got some different enemies. This girl over here, Teak, not sure how to pronounce her name. She is a really big damage dealer, so I want to make sure that we take her out. She dodged the attack. Want to make sure that we take her out as quickly as possible, because she can, as you can see, that was huge damage. We've taken her out now, but it's a little bit late. I'm going to have to rely on my boy over here to get the big heals. There we go. Fully healed. We are not once landing that fear. I think I need to get some additional potency on this guy. Stunned him. Got the stagger. Less turns for you. Keep firing. Big hit coming out of Angelo. Easy money. Alright. Let's keep slapping away over here. Punch him. Good. Now this girl over here is just a healer, so I'm not too worried about, you know, focusing her down, because she doesn't really do any damage. Good turn meter gains there once again. And I'm feeling pretty right now. Big hit coming out of Robin there. Lovely. Okay, so we've got on battle start, gains 50% shields. Quite nice. Whenever a turn ends, Goran gains 20% turn meter up for each instance of damage they suffered. Do I even want that on a tank? Because it's good to cycle through turns, but I don't want him to lose his taunt. Whenever he gains a buff, gain 2% Void Cleanse. That could be useful, but how is his Void is really low. Maybe we just give him 50% shield on battle start. So he's just going to be real hard to put down. So we've gained ourselves a level of Void Menace. So now we've gained a debuff, a curse, basically. Whenever an enemy suffers a new unique debuff, they gain 1 Tainted Armor. Which I can't see what that does in a minute, but that's okay. Let's keep on pushing. Go ahead and get a new boon for Bowmore. Okay. I'm going to focus on this dude at the back, because I'm pretty sure he can revive, and I don't want them reviving. So I'm going to start off with all of my AoEs. Deal as much damage as possible. Robin with the kill there at the end. Wonderful. Let's get the taunt up. And that Void Cleansed on him as well, which is nice. Okay, so we're stuck behind the enemy taunt. That's fine. He's a very tanky individual. I don't need to heal just yet, so I'm just going to basic. Let's get the roar going. Stun him. Nice, we landed the stun. Big hit coming out of Bowmore. Nearly defeated him. I don't want to waste that big hit. Can I do it over here? Huge! 5,000 damage coming out of Angelo. That guy's an absolute monster. Alright, big hit. More hits. And then the wildfire. 3 burning. Wonderful. Yeah, we are breezing through this one. I've done a lot of heavy investment today on this team. Unlocked, I can't remember his name now. Unlocked my new legendary unit and everything. Whenever Bowmore gains a new buff, it also gains Untouchable. What does that do? When about to suffer Void Touch, lose 1 Untouchable. That's pretty good. Bowmore deals 25% less damage, but they inflict 3 bleed for 3 turns on every damage they deal. I don't want Bowmore doing less damage, even if he is inflicting bleed. Gains 20% shield for each non-attacker ally. No. Do I just put more bleed? I think it is actually net gain in terms of damage, but it's a bit of a shame. You want that really on a guy that's doing multiple hits that doesn't deal a lot of damage. Alright, now she looks pretty important. Renna. Queen Unsilenced. Let's focus her down because I don't want her doing anything. Big hits. Obviously less damage, but everybody now has got 3 stacks of bleed. Good. Taking care of you. Let's get the taunt up. Oh, we had buff immunity. I'm still not completely 100% familiar with all of the debuffs, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm looking at sometimes. Alright, good. Let's go ahead, slap him. Looks like he's got a taunt up, but we put a load of bleed on him now. Big hits. Oh, he is so toast. Easy money. We are flying through this zone. Okay, so Galen gains a bonus attack equal to 10% of their max health. He's not really a damage dealer. 25% healing effect for each ally below 50% health. That could be nice. Because essentially, as our allies become weaker, he's able to heal more. I'm down with that. Okay, so we've got a triple split path over here. Now, you can see over here, we've got a little exclamation mark on this path here. And that's because it's part of one of the quests that I need to do whilst going through this Void Hunt. So I'm actually going to go over this way. Buy up to 3 chosen boons in exchange for 1 boon is free, or we can get more Void Menace. Okay. Whenever bleed triggers on an enemy, Galen gets healing equal to the damage dealt by that bleed. We've got a lot of bleed, but he doesn't need that much healing. Defense equal to half the resistance. 25% less damage while under taunt. That's really cool. 5% less damage and 5% less damage for each 10%. These are really good on Goran. Bowmore gains a bonus turn at the start. That's kind of nice. I'm going to add Bowmore's. It's really tempting to add both of these. But I don't think I need it, so I'm just going to keep just Bowmore's. So we take no additional Void. Bowmore getting a bonus turn at the start of battle. Pretty nice. Allied healing special skills have their cooldowns increased by 1. That kind of sucks. Now we can actually get rid of those curses. Oh, this is good. We've got a Bowmore and an Angelo buff over here. So what is this? We can purify, cleanse all succumbed and all void touch ally. Okay. Or we can gain a rest of 50%. We don't have a whole lot, so I'm just going to rush forward. And then we're going to see about this one over here. Let's go. The darkness increases. All right. Let's see. We're going to gain a bonus turn straight away with Bowmore, which is lovely. So we can get a big old hit, put bleed on everybody. Angelo kicking some serious ass over here. Huge damage numbers. For some reason, that roar is supposed to put a fear on and it's never landing. So I'm wondering if there is some sort of modifier right now that makes them immune to fear. I'm not sure. Alright, so he's definitely going to die to bleed. Let's go over here. Shoot this guy down. Wonderful. Don't need the heal just yet. And just basic. The bleed got him, and then he revived. That's so rude. Let's get the taunt up. Taunting for 2 turns. Get a big hit on this dude. Nice. Pepper him. Again, I don't feel like we need the heal just yet. Slap him once. All of the bleeds. And that's the end of that one. We are doing so well here. Bowmore has 50% attack. 20% counter rate, an additional 20% for each defeated ally. 50%, I'm going for 50% extra attack. I'll take that. Angelo, whenever a turn ends, Angelo gains 20% turn meter for each instance of damage they suffered. That's okay. Whenever Angelo defeats an enemy with a basic, they take a bonus turn. Oh yeah, I'm getting that. If we get a kill with Angelo, bonus turn, that's huge. You can chain that back to back to back. I'm here for that. Let's see if we can get some kills with Angelo on a bonus turn. On a basic, sorry. Alright, so AoE over here. We could probably kill this dude. Except he just got healed. Let's see. Can we actually get a... Can we get a kill? Bonus turn. Hell yeah. Can we do it again? Bonus turn. Bonus turn. That's huge. That is so good. The enemy didn't get to do anything. They didn't have a chance. Over here, Angelo just taking everybody out. That was huge. That bonus turn was well worth it. If only for that one round. If only we had more damage on him as well. Goran has 25% speed. Dodge equal to lost health percentage. Regains at least 10% health. They also gain 25% shields. I'll do that because we will heal him. With our boy, I can't remember his name now. Okay, so we've reached the end of this particular Void Hunt. We've got the Void Boss over here. A powerful Void monster has become the Hunter's Quarry. So this is how each of them end, right? We get a big boss. Now, this is not our normal type of boss, but we'll go for it. Kneel before your queen. Oh, they did a lot of damage. Oh, my lord, we need to take care of this girl. Like, immediately. I'm going to go straight in with a heal up. I kind of want to... I don't want to do too much damage here, because I actually want to try and finish him off with Angelo to get the bonus turn. So let's do a big hit over here. And can we finish off with a basic? Not quite! Done! Alright. Let's get the taunt up then. They've got their own taunt. AoEs, she died to the bleed. Alright, let's just basic for the bleed. AoE. Big hits coming out of Angelo. That defense up that they've got over there is it's causing us some issues. But I'm not too concerned right now, I'll be honest. I'm not too concerned at the minute. I feel like we're doing okay. Big hits. Angelo's taking them down. Alright, AoE. Get the bleeds out. Stun. Not quite. Big damage with wildfire coming out of Robin. Alright, so that guy's got 2 sets of, well, bleed and burn, so I feel like the AoE damage should be enough there. There we go. That is all she wrote. Put it on auto. Wrap it up, boys. It's a gift. Alright, so we finished off a Void Hunt, and that's kind of how they go. Like I said, sometimes you've got restrictions on the units that you can use, but ultimately these give you good rewards, and there are some quests that you need to be on the left here. So I just need to explore Ancient Remains one more time, and I'll finish off the quest and I'll be able to level up that hunt to the next level to do a harder version of that Void Hunt and get more rewards. So, some rewards over here. These are skill tomes, essentially, to level up your abilities. These are trophies that you use to level up the rank of your heroes, essentially. And this is experience points. Okay, so we'll take all of that and we'll head back over to the base just so that we can see now. If doing those hunts is how you get these hunt levels, it's kind of like gear in Galaxy of Heroes. It's the only way to get them. And this will let us increase our total level on our units. Now, it doesn't look like I can actually do this to any of the heroes that I actively use. You can see how I could theoretically use it on Nadia over here, get her to increase her hunt level like that. This just increases base stats, lets them go to a higher base level, all right? And you get that through hunts, but you can also buy it through the market and stuff like that. It's kind of cool. All right, I'm kind of curious. I want to pull these shards and see what we actually pull. I should actually get a legendary or an epic out of this because it does have like a pity mechanic built in. Let's see. Looks like we got an epic and a legendary. Here we go. Who did we get? Okay, I've already got this guy, and I don't know this one. A new hunter. Bowden, a legendary lone wolf. He's balanced, archlands, human, seasoned, and noble. All right, what has he got? So, basic, tearing through, deal 40% attack damage to what his basic is an AoE. That's kind of cool. What's this? Gain 10% healing and 1 overconfidence. Plus 10% attack, focus, and minus 5% defense and resistance. 1% void touch cleanse for each defeated ally or empty ally slot. So he's kind of good for void hunts then. Extra healing, extra healing, extra healing. Good stuff. And then finally, he's got 200% attack damage to target enemy, inflicting buff, dispel, and skill block for 1 turn. And then it just increases all the damage. It's got a 5-turn cooldown, so it's a long cooldown. Traits then. Each time Bowden defeats an enemy, he gains 1 overconfidence. Each time Bowden's health drops below 50% or 25% health, he loses overconfidence. On the start of turn, if he has 2 or more overconfidence, he gains random debuff dispel. Starts with 2 overconfidence. That's cool. I can take them all. He gains 5% attack, defense, max health, and 1 untouchable for each empty ally slot. It feels like this guy is like just a solo void hunting guy, right? You take him in solo, so he gains all the buffs. He gains all of these additional stat boosts as well. So if you've got 4 empty ally slots, he's immediately gaining 20% attack, defense, max health, and 1 untouchable. It's really cool. 5% turn meter each time a debuff expires or is dispelled on him, and suffers 5% turn meter damage each time he gains a buff. Extra attack, defense, max health, so it just stacks higher and higher and higher. No helping hand. Bowden cannot assist. Each time he's called to assist, he gains 2 wrath instead. That's kind of cool. And then void embrace. Love it. Love it. And we've got duplicates of our heroes over here. Robin, and then Nadia, and so on and so forth. We've got a free summon. I've got another 10 pull as well, so I might as well pull that, see if we get any other new units. Let's see. And then I'm going to pull the 10 of that random new unit I beat from Chapter 1. Looks like we got 2 epics here. Who did we get? New unit. Oh, this guy. I had this guy before because I played through this before. There have been 2 versions of the alpha, and I played through the first alpha, and then I played through the second alpha, right? And this guy, I used to solo hunts with this guy as well because he's got loads of survivability with this cornered beast. So yeah, this cornered beast, what it does, gives him high counter rate, speed, and life drain. So if you go in solo and you buff him with that like lone wolf ability, he gains so much additional stats. He gets really high counter rate and life drain so that he's going to counter attack and steal back life and survive and survive and survive. He's a really good unit. Love Vilk. So happy with that. Got a bunch of duplicates, and it looks like we've got the healer Lilith over here. So that's good. Let's go ahead. Head over to Call of Reclamation. I don't know how this one is different, but let's just find out. We'll use these 10 shards. So the summoning system, boom, bada boom, bada boom. Oh, they're all white. Looks like we've got 4 epics. Okay, so here's a new one. Ooh, Aidwolf. I fought this guy in a Void hunt. That's cool. So Void, the Bane Mantle. Sorry, Aidwolf, the Bane Mantle. I can speak. That's cool. And we got a duplicate of him. So we got 2 of him. Great. Good stuff. Very happy with that. Amazing. So that is my second legendary unit, Bowden over here. I really want to invest in this guy because he feels like a solo monster and Archlands, and that just seems like a really cool way to go. So I'm going to invest in him. He's also a legendary unit, so he's got to be good, right? I'll immediately promote him as far as I can. I don't really have much in terms of EXP to give him, so I'll leave that for now. I just want to show you one last thing in this game. I know this video has already dragged on a little bit too long, but I've really been enjoying this game. So this boss fight over here at the end of Chapter 1 was one of those things that made me realize, like, wow, okay, this is actually pretty cool. Now, when you fight this boss first time, you don't actually have access to, I never remember his name. What's his name? Galen. There we go. You don't actually have access to Galen. So I was actually using Lilith at the time, but I used this team. I think they were a little bit lower level. But it was kind of a fun boss fight, essentially. So you go through the first wave. Unfortunately, you do have to face off against standard minions. So if you do fail, you have to go in and beat these guys again. A little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. See, can I stun her? We can stun her. That's great. Alright, so they've got the same tank that I have. So So hopefully we can take him down relatively quick. Let's get some fear going. That's just never landing these days. Once again, just a drop. I know you haven't seen me use Lilith before, but she was my default healer until I got Galen. Okay, so I don't want this guy being alive. Let's see if we can take out this unit. Not quite. You also kind of want to save your specials for when you go into the next wave, because the next wave is the actual boss. So I don't want to use too many of my specials before going in. Boom. Slap him down. Okay, so we're about to face the boss, and when I first saw this, I was like, this is kind of a cool little intro to a big badass boss over here. Feels a little bit kind of Diablo-esque, you know? So that dark gothic horror. The prisoner, tortured monstrosity. So there he is. And this actually has an element of strategy to it, okay? So the quests do have a plot line. I'm not that fussed about the plot line, I'll be honest. I'm here to play the game. So for this, you actually have to focus the damage on the boss, but there's also 4 pillars that you can use to stun the boss. As you focus damage on the boss, he actually gets these weakened stacks over here, right? So less attack, less defense. But if you get him too high, he'll convert those into strength buffs, right? So you actually want to focus down on him a lot, do some AoE damage to prep these pillars so that you are ready to drop them at a moment's notice. I don't actually want to do the I don't want to do the AoE there because I don't want to drop one of those pillars accidentally, as it were. Let's gain the taunt. Let's keep on hitting the big boy in the middle. Okay, so you see how he converted that? Now he's got all these strongs. So I'm going to do an AoE here. Okay, it wouldn't have dropped the pillar. So if I just focus over here, hit the pillar, not quite. Yeah, it looks like he's going to take a turn. So I've got to take out the pillar. It drops him down. He gets weak again. That's exactly what we're looking for, because we can't have this guy hit us when he's got all that strength, because he is going to hurt us. Okay, I'm going to get an AoE heal. Get a big hit coming out of Angelo. And then once again, we go back into that weaken. So we got to hit him down, weaken him, weaken him, weaken him. Because the more stacks of weaken we put on him, the less damage he's going to deal. So we've lost Robin. That's okay, I think. Yep, just going to use this again. He's only got about, what, 30%, if that, 30% life left. Okay, he's gained some additional defense. That's okay. I'm not fussed about him having defense, as long as he doesn't have the big offense. I'm going to risk an AoE here. Beautiful, we prepped that one. So he's gone strong again. As you can see, he's got 12 stacks of strong. Let's go ahead, drop a pillar. This does unfortunately hurt us as well. So it is really like a sort of a tactical thing. You've got to try and time this out correctly. Let's see. I'll do an AoE heal again. Heal us up. Big hits coming out of Angelo, please. Thank you. Probably should have taunted there, but never mind. Another hit. Doing well, actually. Doing real well. Big hit out of Angelo, should finish him off. Boom. So the first time you go around and do that, you'll usually won't have nearly the level of investment that I did. And it is a lot harder. It is a lot harder, but it's a fun boss fight. It's really cool little scenery. And I'm expecting the game to sort of have more of those big boss fights with a little bit of strategy added to them as I progress through. Once I finish that, I finished chapter 1 and I got access to all these additional stuff over here. Really, really cool. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Void Hunters. It is available in this pre-alpha testing phase until May 26th. If you want to have access through their Discord, I've got the links in the description down below. Please do give it a shot. It's a lot of fun. Genuinely, I actually enjoyed this one quite a lot. I'm going to keep playing it as well, so it's going to be good. Give it a shot, give it a try. Currently, the game does not have an official full release date, but they communicate all the information around upcoming changes and releases through their Discord. Give it a shot, guys. Let them know that your boy Scribble sent you, because I need to know that the tribe is going on force. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the very next video. Peace out, and big love.